Hey guys, S'more here bringing you some more 7 Days to Die, and I know I promised in the last 3 episodes that we would not have to narrate anymore, but as it would be, I forgot to turn my mic on again and recorded 3 good episodes with no vocals to it at all. I am very sorry about that, but let me catch you up. We went through the night, didn't see a single zombie. I did a little bit of inventory management, a little bit of consolidation, not much. Picked out what I needed to bring with me, and we are now making it to the bigger build site. We will return to the forward operating base, and we will spruce it up some here. But I wanted to get a more safer house built. I am really concerned about the not so much the 13-day dog hoard, but the 14-day actual hoard. I am very worried about that. I don't think either the forward operating base or the mining shack can actually withstand the 14-day hoard. I'm worried about cops in combination with gore blocks on top of the spikes, in combination with not having enough ammo, in combination with dogs, and finally in combination with wasps and the new feral zombies. Worried about all of that overwhelming some wood, and some spikes. I do also have a goal of building a bridge here. That would be nice. I think I've said that several times now. A bridge is coming. I just, we're not in a way right now where we can spend time and material on that. I can almost go from one base to the other. And our garden was growing while we were away from it, so we can see that the trees here are continuing to grow, which is awesome. When all this stuff does finally come around and all the trees get to the maximum growth stage, if I let them go that long, that'll be a nice little haul of lumber right there. And I think we do just a quick 360 here. And I really like how this turned out. We do just a quick check of the surrounding area to make sure nothing's incoming, nothing has spawned, while we were away, because I hate getting snuck up on. And I think from here we grab some materials. Nope, just kidding. We run around somewhere. What do I do? What am I doing right now? This is crazy. And I just recorded this morning. I can't even remember what I was doing.
Getting lost, it looks like.
Right? Oh, no, now I remember what I'm doing. I am trying to find where I'm going to put up my first guard tower. And it's gonna... I'm taking some clues from the big tower I built in the hub city. Lots of reinforced cement and some spikes around it. Going to try and modify... So the idea is this thing is round-ish. As round as we can get it. And very, very... And the look I'm going for is going to be the human barracks from Warcraft 2, which I think is fairly doable. I learned a lot of lessons building in Alpha 10.4. And I just remember that I have these seeds in here to start the garden here, so we're going to quick run back and take care of that. We don't want to plant that stuff all the way up there. But in this episode, we're going to get started. And we're going to use all the materials that I have accumulated on hand. And as it turns out, it won't be enough. And so the next few episodes will also have a little bit of material gathering. And I do some of it off camera. And I go back and forth with it. Hooray for the hoe mechanic just struggling. Just the hoe mechanic is, on the struggle bus. The hoe bus, I guess, as it is, maybe. It sounds so bad. I was watching Zio play today in his video, and he died. He died a few times in this video, poor guy. I felt bad for him. I remember how mad I was when I died earlier in this season. And it was really frustrating because I went all of all of Alpha 10 with no death. And I did not die once in my Alpha 10 single player world. And then I died, you know, to die halfway, what is about halfway through the season here in this alpha. It was just frustrating. I felt like I could do better. And it felt like even just the simplest of mistakes were disproportionately awarded with painful, frustrating death. More broken hoe physics. Rongo, if you could please invent a better hoe system, I would really appreciate that. I'm not too worried about all of the goldenrod that I have. To me, that's a lot of seeds to have. Much better to have that stuff in the ground, but for the time being, I just want to get some stuff growing. So, all right, let's see. What do we do here? And down here is a whole other area where the build I'd like to do is almost as big as the build above ground, really. It'll be a lot more wood. It won't be any reinforced concrete. But I think it's going to be fun. And I'm looking forward to working on it at night once I've got a little bit more of the perimeter set up and we're not worried about getting hoarded like we are right now. So I'm just kind of working out what I want to bring with me. Remember, we're going to be putting up reinforced concrete, log tip spikes, or wood trunk tip, just the tip somehow, spikes. I know a lot of people are shying away from those right now, especially some of the guys that I watch. And for good reason, they're still fairly OP. And I can't think of a game mechanic that would make them better or make them more competitive so they're not so OP. I think the gore blocks are a great shot. I think the gore blocks themselves definitely need to be worked a little bit, but I think those have a ton of potential. Also, note to everybody, you do not need to push spacebar to go up, like I did just right there. Ladders. Ladders, people. Up, close, and then forward. Spacebar is not used. This is the first time I've really actually just looked at the grass, the entity in your hand. It looks kind of funny. It looks like something funny, but I can't think of what. Well, never mind. Maybe someone in the comments can tell me what you guys think it actually looks like. And of course, I found some more seeds, some more maple seeds. Let's plant those real quick. Never have too much wood laying around. And then the backpack that I just noticed, I remember just noticing that. And then of course we need an extra slot open to continue to craft. Yes, I see the goldenrod tea. Oh, maybe I was saying I don't need this water because I have this tea here. This is actually my most favorite part of the game is the building, the big builds. As it turns out, well, I'll save that for later. But yeah, my favorite part is the big builds. Getting the resources is a little tedious, but that's also one of the reasons why it's so exciting to get the auger and the nail gun and such. So, when I built my first base, which is second in the base tour with Wrong with the Bold, I did that whole, and because it didn't have the huge tower, and it had crops in the middle of it, and it straddled the road kind of. That was my first real big base attempt, and I learned a lot from it. And even that was supposed to be kind of in the same vein as the human barracks from Warcraft 2. I just like how it looks, and that's one game. So I lived overseas for a while, and when I got back stateside during your early formative years, when I came back stateside, then here I am just kind of counting to make sure that I get the pattern right, and I get it wrong anyways. Huzzah! As it turns out, I'm sure you guys will catch it here because I'm gonna I think, make the mistake that I noticed, like in video 2 of 3 that I recorded this in. So I lived overseas for a while, and when I came back, I was introduced to computer games. And the first one I really sank my teeth into was Warcraft 2 by Blizzard, by old school Blizzard. Much, a long time before WoW. And so that game, for whatever reason, has always stuck and resonated with me. It was my first real gaming experience, was Warcraft 2, and that game will always have a very soft spot in my heart. Let's see, what do I do here? Watch very closely. Yeah, so right around there I did something wrong with the footprint, which is too bad. It's unfortunate that I screwed it up, but if this is the only screw up that I make, then I can live with that. So the idea for the overall build is to have 4 big towers, and this is the first one that I'm constructing, and each of these towers you should be able to last in just fine. You might not have a garden like you might need, or maybe I do. Maybe I level the ground, till it all, and just put a little bit of each crop in there. It would be easy enough to do. In fact, I might do that now that I'm thinking about that. But the idea for this huge build that I want to do here is there are 4 of these, and this is the first of 4. And then there is a decent sized wall connecting all 4. Now it's not going to be straight like my other build was, and it's going to be much bigger than my other build was. And we're going to have a ton of area to use. In fact, the only thing I'm really concerned about is it being so big that we'll actually have spawns happen inside of it, but if we do, we'll deal with it. It's not like the zombies are sprinting. It's not like we're crazy like Zeo is, or crazy good either, like Zeo is. The man's ridiculous. He's a beast. I think combat-wise, he's probably the best 7 Days to Die player I've actually seen. And if anybody would like to refute that, absolutely throw a competitor in the comments there, and I will go look it up. But here, we're just continuing to go through the resources that I had. For whatever reason, I thought I'd have enough. Obviously not, as we barely got the footprint down, and we are still having to build. So, all in all, I think we will get this done by the 14-day hoard. We'll at least get in a safe, defendable position, elevated with a lip that nothing can climb up, with some spikes. In fact, eventually my problem is not a defensible structure. It's actually, holy cow, I need to make some shotgun shells, because I think the shotgun is what I'm going to use primarily, since I don't have the sniper rifle. And so unlike some of the other guys that I watch play, we will be defending our tower from a static position, as opposed to some of the other guys that I've seen, like in town. They'll be in town. That's where they're staying. That's where they're building. And I've seen them hop out with a sniper rifle or the SMG or even the 44 and hop down and just deal with the horde, face to face, which totally doable. But I want to build, and I want the game to test and punish mistakes. I want to see what I can build and how the 14-day horde compares. And every week-long horde, or every 7th-day horde after that, I want to see. So let's see if this airs on Monday, which is tomorrow for me. So I try and record 3 for me. The way it seems to wind up working out is I play for about an hour. I record 3 videos for me. I'll play with Rongo later on tonight. I'll get 3 episodes with him. And as it turns out, there is a season 4 that should be airing on Tuesday that I am wicked excited for you guys to get to see. Yeah, I won't say much more than that, but I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. And you know, at least with me narrating, you guys won't get all the thunk 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 of my keyboard. I have a Logitech G150, which is okay. It's got its own separate power supply brick and plug-in, which was very unattractive. I hadn't realized it at a time, and it's got a really nice looking LCD at the head of it, but I almost never use it. So, and maybe I could if I gave it more of an effort, but yeah, as it is right now, I don't ever use it. But it types nicely enough, and I can type, you know, about 100 WPM so on it, so that's not too bad, I guess. It's better than I do at work. Oh my gosh. But you know, it's also a work keyboard too, you know. Much like inventory management, upgrading this stuff with the nail gun, it just feels good. Here's some progress being made. Kind of funny, I know. And for those of you that have done the bigger builds without the nail gun, you know, I mean, could you imagine if I had to do this upgrading with the stone axe? I think it winds up taking just the same amount of material. Like, you don't, it's done instantly here with the nail gun. But like with the stone axe, it's done in, you upgrade in quarters, so it's like one whack is a quarter of one level of upgrade. And it takes you just downright forever to upgrade a wooden frame to where it's reinforced with metal. That's like 12 whacks. The whacks go pretty quick, I guess, but I mean, still, to have to do a whole bunch of blocks like that, it takes a long time. And as I'm watching, I'm also making mental notes about the things that I need to continue to do in this world here. I'm at a point where I'm almost out of cement, so I need to make some more cement mix. Stupid grass. Oh man. How are your guys' 7 Days to Die worlds going? I hope they're going well. Though it only took me like 17 minutes into the video to ask you that. I feel kind of like a jerk. But I hope your worlds are going well. I hope that you guys are doing awesome builds and finding awesome mines and having great battles. That I hope you are engaging in glorious combat, as Midnight would say. And this whole build would be very, very difficult to do without the auger. Look, more wellness. Yes! But yeah, without the auger, this would be so hard to do. But I bet we'll wind up getting this whole tower finished in about a day. I think we can do it. Maybe not finished all the way, but at least to a defendable point. At the end of the 3 videos, I get pretty close, so we don't quite finish it, but we make lots of good progress. And the mistake I made was that face right around there is not correct. Like, I screwed up somewhere, and I think it's right at the face. That face is the mining hut that we built. So I think that's where I screwed up. I went to go start putting a ladder in the middle to get up to the second story, and I couldn't put the ladder, start putting in the middle, and then I realized, oh shit, I screwed up. So we're out of metal at this point, so we're gonna head back and go get some more. I'm very excited for electricity and plumbing. I feel like elevators, much like they were needed in Minecraft, and people built some to work around the fact that there were no formal, no formal solutions to it unless you. Actually, guys, I'm gonna sign off here because the video is about over. But thank you very much for watching. As always, comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.